Sawadika, namaste, itienini, kopango, muriomutashi, obuchire, makuwagari, mugamba mtia. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Travel with Enoch and Jackie. My name is Jackie DeWay, the doctor's daughter, and together with my husband, Enoch, we are a travel couple that brings you this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Right now, as we start the show, I encourage you to go to YouTube and search for Travel with Enoch and Jackie. That is the channel. Jackie is with a QI, Enoch is with a CK, and then subscribe, hit the bell so that you don't miss an episode, whether it's business you like or the travel experiences we share here. Now, after you do that, hey, I'm excited to hear what you have to say. Did you love this episode, or is it your first time to connect with us? Is there a place you want us to review? Hey, we would love to do that. We're also into sustainable tourism, so we encourage you to travel local all the time. That's why we bring Uganda and China spotlight on all those beautiful places you have never been to before. Now, before we get into the hotel marketing segment, hacks, that is part 2. We start with the travel experience. It's been a while since we just shared an experience with you, and it's not a show if we don't take you somewhere special. So let us first go surprise you with our travel experience of the week. And hey, as you go on YouTube, in the comments, let us know what you think about this experience, this activity. Have you done it? Have you tried it? Is it something you would love to do? Let's first get into the travel experience of the week. The life and legacy of Semei Kakungulu, Uganda's forgotten hero. Semei Kakungulu was born in 1869 and died on the 24th of November in 1928. He was a Ugandan statesman who founded the Abayudaya, the Ugandan Jews community in Uganda, in 1917. He studied and meditated on the Old Testament, adopted the observance of all Moses' commandments, including circumcision, and suggested this observance for all of his followers. The Abayudaya follow Jewish practices and consider themselves Jews despite the absence of Israelite ancestry. Semei Kakungulu was a Ugandan military leader and politician who played a key role in the country's history. He enjoyed at least 9 lives in the area of the Uganda Protectorate immediately before, during, and after the imposition of the British Protectorate rule there at the close of the last century, in his successive roles as elephant hunter, guerrilla leader, Ganda chief, border warlord, and British ally in the military. He converted to Christianity and rose to prominence as a military leader during the Uganda War. Semei Kakungulu was a warrior and statesman of the powerful Baganda tribe. During the 1880s, he was converted to Christianity by a Protestant missionary who taught him how to read the Bible in Swahili. Because he commanded many warriors, had connections to the Ugandan courts, and because he was a Protestant, the British gave Kakungulu their support. He responded by conquering and bringing under the British sphere of influence 2 areas outside the Buganda Empire, Bukedi and Busoga. These areas were between the River Nile source in Lake Victoria and Mount Elgon on the Kenyan border. Kakungulu believed that the British would allow him to become the king of Bukedi and Busoga, but the British preferred to rule these areas through civil servants in their pay and their control. Under pressure from the British, who wished to limit his holdings, in 1917, Kakungulu moved his principal residence a short distance farther from Bali into the western foothills of Mount Elgon to a place called Gangama. It was there that he started a separatist sect initially known as Chibina Chabayudaya, Abesiga Katonda, the community of Jews who trust in the omnipotent God. Recruitment into the Abayudaya community came almost exclusively from what remained of the Kakungulu's Baganda followers. The Bible, as a result of the teachings of the missionaries, was held in high regard among the Christians of Uganda. The missionaries had stressed the truth of the Bible by declaring that it came not from the Europeans but from an alien race, the Jews. The purpose of the missionaries was to impress upon the Africans that the Europeans too had found the truth from a foreign race, but because of this emphasis, the customs and manners of the Jews became of great interest to Kakungulu's followers. In 1922, at Gangama, Kakungulu published a 90-page book of rules and prayers as a guide for his Jewish community. The book set forth Jewish laws and practices as Kakungulu found them in the Old Testament, although it contained many verses and sections from the New Testament as well. Despite this interest in the Jewish practices, there does not appear to have been any direct contact between Kakungulu and the Jews before 1925. Beginning in about 1925, several European Jews who were employed as mechanics and engineers by the British chanced upon the Christian Jewish community near Mbale. The Jews, such as these, during what appear to have been chance encounters, told Kakungulu about Orthodox Judaism. As a result, many remaining Christian customs were dropped, including baptism. From these encounters, the community learned to keep the Sabbath, to recite Hebrew prayers and blessings, to slaughter animals for meat in a kosher manner, and also to speak some Hebrew. Semei Kakungulu died of tetanus on the 24th of November in 1928. After his death, the Abayudaya community was divided into those wishing to retain a toehold within Christianity and those wanting to break those ties completely. The Abayudaya remained a mixture of both Christianity and Judaism, with faith in Christ remaining prominent in Kakungulu's beliefs. Kakungulu is buried a short distance from the main Abayudaya synagogue, behind the unpretentious home in which he lived during the last years of his life. The grave has a stone which reads, Semei Wakirenzi Kakungulu, a victorious general and server chief in Luganda, administrator of Eastern Province, 1899 to 1905, president of Busoga, 1906 to 1913, died 24th of November, 1928.
This week we travel all the way to Mbale to talk about a few things. You cannot talk about Mbale without talking about people like Semei Kakungulu. And right here I'm joined by Jackson, who is going to tell us a little bit about who General Semei Kakungulu was.
I'm called Abayudaya Jackson. I'm the manager of Semei Kakungulu Country Lodge, and we are the ones who are in charge of touring people and telling them about the history and everything about Kakungulu.
Let's start exactly there. Who was Semei Kakungulu?
Semei Kakungulu was a British collaborator who helped to extend British rule to Eastern Uganda.
I'm also told that he later on became a Jew. Yeah?
Yes.
How true is that?
After falling out with the British, because of his interests, he had interests of becoming a Kabaka in the Eastern region, which the British didn't want.
Okay.
So because of that, Kakungulu fell out with the British.
Okay.
When he fell out with the British, he also fell out with their religion.
Oh.
And then he adopted the religion of the Abayudaya.
Oh, that means after falling out, he also shifted from Mbale town and brought his camp right here.
Yes,
So
because first he was staying down there, but after he fell out with the British, they took over town, and then they took over the administration of the Eastern region, and then he moved to the hills. He moved to Gangama Hill.
This one right here.
Yes.
So you're telling me that we are standing exactly where all his remains are.
Yes,
That means
exactly.
his house and
The house is here. The
okay.
burial ground is here, and he also has a place where he used to sit and view the town. That is the Kakungulu viewpoint. We can also see where they used to do the
local brew.
The local brew they used to
make it from, process it from.
Yes.
So this amazing day, you're going to learn something new. You've probably heard about them. You've heard about the Jews, and every time they ask you for a Jew, you look for a white person. But now we have African Jews, and they're right here in Uganda. We are at the Stand Synagogue. We're going to know what that means. Like you and I, we're going to learn. It's a whole learning. I'm joined by a spiritual leader. We're going to know what his name is. When I first walked in, I thought he was a Muslim. You could think it's a Haji. Maybe you've seen people who dress like this but have never understood. We're going to learn all these things in a bit. Welcome aboard. Hello, Sil.
Hello. Munialo Moshe Musa.
Onyalo sounds like a
Munialo, it's a Gishu name.
Hey.
Actually, I like Lugisu, but I'm not familiar to Lugisu. I like Bagisu because we do the same culture. That's it, circumcision. That we only that we do it on the 8th day of once after birth. For a boy, it takes 8 days. Then on the 8th day is when we circumcise them.
Okay, we're gonna start right there.
Yeah.
Mr. Manialo here is a spiritual leader. When you're a spiritual leader in this faith, what do they address you as? Pastor, we call them pastors.
There are several categories. We have the rabbi, have the cantors, we have the Hazanit.
So what are you?
The Hazanit, I follow in the Hazanit criteria.
What is Hazanit?
Hazanit, the Hazan is the one in Islam. In Islam, they call them the Hazan, the Adhan, who calls for prayers. But here it's a leader, a prayer leader. I lead prayers.
Hazanit.
Yeah, he's in charge of leading prayers
Hazan.
in the synagogue.
Wow, there's so much that's interesting to learn right here. So now let's get into the faith. When first of all, I noticed it's a religion that's in this part of Bugisu. This area is called Nabugoye. How do my husband and I do this show together. Can we just walk in here and just become Jews?
Here it's quite different because here you have to first learn before you belong. Because here Judaism is all about learning, and it can take even 2 years for someone to become a Jew. Because it's practical. Judaism is practical. Because you need to learn kashrut, you need to learn all sorts of things, you need to be bar mitzvah, you need to know the principles of Shabbat. There are best things you have to take.
Okay, so tell me about these outfits. You know, I usually see this, and I've been seeing it in Bali, but I thought they were Muslims, especially this on the head.
In Hebrew, this is called a kippah. Kippah, it's a head cover. That shows that we are Jew. Yeah, this is a sign of identification
as a Jewish man.
Yeah.
How is a Jewish woman different? How would I know she's a Jew?
We don't have like specific dress code for Jews, but when I was in Jerusalem, most Jews put on black skirts and white shirts for a married Jew.
That's how you know that lady is a Jew, but she's married.
Yeah. For the teenagers, we don't have specific dress code for the ladies.
But once they marry you, you're advised to put on the long black skirt and a white shirt.
Yeah.
And do they veil? Aren't you supposed to veil?
Yeah, they have to cover their heads.
Cover their heads with a white veil.
No, not necessarily. We don't have any verse.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So tell me about this. You did something before you wore it. What was it? Can you help me explain it to me?
This is called a talit. It's a holy prayer shawl. The most important thing, these are called the sisit in Hebrew.
What is a sisit?
Sisit, these are
special threads.
Yeah, these are special threads.
Are they like blessed threads?
Yeah. Then there are those that are very, very special, but they are not. They look to be not all that, but then they symbolize the 613 laws of Judaism. Also to remind you that for us, Judaism don't say 10 commandments; we say the 10 words.
So there are 10 words.
The 10 words, like for the Christian, my brothers and sisters who are Christian, the 10 commandments. But then for me as a Jew, I say the 10 words. Yes. Okay. And I read from Torah. Torah is
your
my
holy book.
Holy book. Yeah. Then I pray.
You kiss it twice.
Yes,
Yeah. One.
Two. Then I put it on.
You have to turn it in that way.
Yes. Then if it's this is called katan talit.
Katan, the small one.
The small one. Then you have the bigger one for the rabbis, and they are big, So
now when you do this, you're ready for prayers.
You're ready for prayers.
Okay, so this is interesting. Everything you do is so un-African in a way. It's not the way we know things. And it's totally different from the way, as a Christian, Jesus was a Jew.
Yeah.
But the way we know Christianity is totally different from everything you've told me. How does this religion come to Uganda?
So we are going to history. Now we are going to part of history, the source of Judaism in Uganda. Judaism started in Uganda in 1919 by the great man called Semei Kakungulu, who was a British colonel who led on behalf of the British, who governized the eastern part of Uganda, eastern province. So he was, before a Malachite, further he discovered Judaism. He knew that Judaism, to be a Jew, you have to circumcise on the 8th day, and he made all his followers who were in his palace, like he lived in a kingship way. He had followers in his palace who he made sure they are all circumcised. That included my grandfather, who was also
Your grandfather worked with Semei Kakungulu.
Yeah. So these people, in 1919, they discovered Judaism. Then we were in traditional Judaism until 2002, when we got conversion. In 2008, Rabbi Gresham came back, and then we were recognized legally and connected to the Jewish Agency of Israel. Then we got to be fully recognized Jews in the entire world in 2008. And the principle was to have the rabbi. We had the rabbi then. Rabbi Gresham had come back, ordained. So then we became the real Jews, and everyone recognized us as Jews of Uganda.
So, you enjoyed the travel experience of the week. Tikwe? Where? My name is Jackie DeWay, the doctor's daughter. My co-host is my husband, He's a travel marketer and salesman, and he joins us right about now on set to help you boost your online sales as a hotel or accommodation facility, powered by Hotel Online. So let's get straight into that.
Hotel marketing hacks powered by Hotel Online, helping hotels maximize revenue.
You're still watching Magic One Television. Travel with Inoka and Jackie is the show every weekday, every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. We are right here. And if you appreciate travel, couples, and sustainable tourism, thank you so much for the love. If you're joining the movement, we welcome you. Speaking of sustainability, since COVID, most of our communities are struggling financially because of the lack of tourism. So when you travel, whether you're a local tourist or a visitor coming to Uganda, please keep your money local, spend some money in the community, and that is how you help your communities bounce back. That's what we mean by sustainable tourism. So, thanks to Hotel Online, Enoch Nsubuga, my travel partner, my co-host, is back to share with you tips on how to make the money, because we're talking about you keeping money local, but now you who owns the accommodation place, the hotel, how do you keep your money increasing using the internet or online? And that's what Enoch is here to tell us. He's going to give you the topic. I struggle to get these topics. This is now serious stuff. Hey.
Hey, Jackie.
How are you doing?
Very well. And yourself?
I'm good.
Looking good.
Thank you, sponsor. Thank you. I'm sent. So, have you been?
Very well. I've been well. I'm glad I'm already getting feedback from people about these tips that we give every week.
They're finding them useful.
Oh yes. And that makes me happy. Definitely.
All right, say hello to the viewer and then tell us the topic for today.
Hey viewer, my name is Enoch Nsubuga, and I help hotels grow their online revenues and presence.
All right, so Enoch, what's the topic today?
Well, Jackie, today we are going to talk about property management systems, a property management system.
Okay, so what is the property management system?
Just like the heart in your body that runs all your body parts, a property management system runs your hotel. So unlike in the past, when most hotels used to use manual ways of running a hotel, first of all, they were inefficient, and they take a lot of effort. It means employing so many people to do different things, and that's why in many cases you had people saying, we see so many people coming in, there is traffic coming in, but we don't see the money. So that means that such properties don't have a property management system. Yeah. So a property management system basically it's a software, yeah, that will help you streamline all your operations. Yeah. And Jackie, there's so many attributes that one should look out for when you're looking for a property management system.
Okay.
But today I would like us to look at one which happens to be front office operations. Yeah?
Okay.
And under front office operations, there are things that you should look out for, because I'll tell you that you're going to find so many different property management systems on the market. Yeah, but ask yourself, does the hotel software that you're about to use speed up your check-ins, check-outs process? Yeah. Can you perform room operations vis-a-vis room allocation, room move and amend, stay in one click? Yeah. Does the hotel software automatically generate guest registration cards? Yeah, and electronic key cards, yeah, to smoothen the arrival of your guests. Yeah, so like I was telling you, there are so many attributes and functionalities to look out for, but today I would like to stop with that so that you're able to
get to
internalize,
understand it. I love when you walk into a hotel and they give you that room key card and it just feels
exactly. Yeah, so
like sorted things.
Then for the bonus today,
okay,
I would like us to talk about reviews. Reviews are very important for any accommodation business.
Like online reviews.
Yes.
The ones we give, like maybe TripAdvisor.
Exactly. What
Facebook
are people?
Reviews. Okay.
What are people talking about you? Now you'll find that there's so many platforms where people leave reviews, and when we talk about digitizing the hospitality business, you should find a channel manager. A channel manager will help you to, bring all these reviews on different platforms into one place for you to manage.
Okay.
Yeah, that way you'll be able to manage your online reputation. Yeah, so that was the tip of the day, and I would like to also let you know that with Hotel Online, our channel manager will be able to do that for you, just like a property management system that is suitable for your property.
Amazing. So if you have any questions, if you understood what it is, if you feel like there's something you needed him to elaborate on, his WhatsApp number is on the screen. You'll directly be getting in touch with Enoch, and then you can speak all this business and digitizing your businesses and and what property management systems, those things I don't understand, but I'm also trying to learn, and I hope that you two are learning like me. It's good to have all this information. You sound so smart, right? Thank you, Enoch. Always good to have you on the show and to be doing this with you.
Hotel Marketing Hacks powered by Hotel Online, boosting revenue for hotels since 2014.
My, oh my, what would I do without you? What would we do without you? Thank you so much for always making Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. on Magic One TV a date with us. Enoch and I are so grateful. And please don't forget, we would love to connect with you in case you want to talk to us, you want to give us a comment. We would like to hear your feedback. By the way, we take feedback and we appreciate it. So go to YouTube, Travel with Enoch and Jackie, hit the subscribe button and also hit the bell and leave us a comment. Every week we have winners. That is how you become a winner. We pick our winners from YouTube, and that is the best way to know if we have a giveaway in a week. So please go there and make sure you don't miss out on all these many goodies that we have. My name is Jackie DeWay, the doctor's daughter. My co-host is Enoch Gusubga. You saw him in the Hotel Marketing Hacks, and I hope that he did add a lot of value to you as a hotel business person or a person in the hospitality sector. Now, we cannot have had a show without Miss Productions of Oscar Chivumbi, our producer. And of course, special thanks to our host this week, the Chirika Recreation Park, where we have done the show. We would not be able to travel around all these places in and outside the city without Maxito Logistics, and there would be no show without Magic One Television. So thank you so much, our partners, and thank you so much to you for watching the show, because you make it what it is, for calling us back, for going to visit those places we show you, and for checking out those activities we show you, and for mentioning us when you go there. Tell them if you saw from our show, tell them I got to know about this place from Enoch and Jackie, and we will appreciate the recommendation and the feedback, because that does us really, really well. So take care of yourself. Let's continue the conversation online. There's more programming coming up on Magic One TV. Hey, make sure you don't miss out the movie tonight. Ciao, ciao.